What's up? It's your man Jimmy Chan. So we are given 2 points here and we need to find the distance. And of course, when you looked at the distance formula, you're like, oh my goodness, that's a lot to remember. How am I going to remember this formula? Well, here's the good news, is that if you were to look at this, right, and what I did here is that I plotted the 2 points. 7, negative 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, negative 2. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, negative 6. So what I gotta find is the distance of this line right here. All right, so let's call that D. Okay? Okay, let's call that D. Great. Now, if you notice something, what do I have here? I have here a right triangle. Now, you could have easily said, well, let me label the D here, and what I want to do is put this over here and this over here. You can do that too. It doesn't really matter which way you do it. But bottom line is that you have a right triangle, right? And you know the relationship of a right triangle, right? A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared, right? So we typically would call, oh, I got A and B and C, right? In this case, I'm just calling the C D instead, all right? Actually, let's do that. Let's go ahead and just call it what it is. Let's just go ahead and call it C, okay? So what I would know here is that A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared, right? That's called a Pythagorean theorem. All right, the good news is that if you were to look at this triangle here, I'm looking for C. Well, A, you can count. B, you can count, right? Because if you look at A, right? There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. So you know that A is equal to 4. And B oopsies. Undo. And B is going to equal to 2. So that means I have 4 squared plus 2 squared is equal to C squared. So I have 16 plus 4 is equal to C squared. I have 20 right here is equal to C squared. And now you go, oh, got it. I can just take the square root of both sides, right? And I'm going to take the positive part because usually we have to put the plus and minus, right? But since we're talking about distance, we can't really have negative distance, so we don't do the plus and minus. We just leave the plus. We're rejecting that negative. So I have that C is equal to the square root of 20, which I can break down, right? Because in 20, isn't that 2 times 2 times 5? That's 20. So I have a pair of 2's that can come out. So that means C is going to be 2 square root of 5. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is choice D. And there we go. All right. So do I really have to remember the formula? And the answer is no, because you could just draw it on your graph and say, okay, I see what my height is. I see what my base is. I can just do the Pythagorean theorem and I have exactly what I need. I hope that helps. Any questions? Let me know. See you.